Hi, Internet. This is Mel from The Digital Entrepreneur, and today we're going to talk about two of my favorite programs, Canva and Redbubble. So, Redbubble is an online store that sells all sorts of items, and customers come here to find unique items, and they sell unique artwork on a lot of different items. You can see here clothing, stickers, masks, phone cases. So customers come here looking for unique things that they can't find anywhere else. Redbubble has a lot of different designs, over 1 million in fact. So how would you go about, or why would you want to sell on Redbubble? Well, Redbubble functions as a print-on-demand store. So what that means is that the customer purchases their item and then the item is made after the customer purchases it. Redbubble then ships the item to the customer, handles all the payment and customer service, and then delivers to the artist a portion of the proceeds as a commission. This is really easy and convenient for artists or regular people like you and me who want to sell their artwork on Redbubble. Redbubble gets a lot of traffic. There are other print-on-demand stores out there. There's several, in fact, but Redbubble gets over 12 million views per year. So it beats out some of the smaller print-on-demand stores as far as traffic goes. How would you go about selling your artwork on Redbubble? Pardon me. So we would go up here to the Sell Your Art, and you would get taken to this area and start selling. So one word of caution here, when you sign up as an artist on Redbubble, be careful what you choose for your username. And the reason is because the username basically, for all intents and purposes, becomes the name of your shop. So be really diligent in choosing your username because that will follow you throughout your experience with Redbubble. So after you've joined Redbubble, your store won't actually open until you give them payment information. So you have to tell Redbubble how to pay you. The easiest way to do this is with a PayPal account, although Redbubble also lets you use a regular bank account as well. Okay, so let's assume that you've joined as an artist, that you've given them your payment account, you've written a short bio to tell them what you're all about. And now, how do you make designs for Redbubble? Well, my favorite program, as usual, is Canva. Canva is a great program that, as I usually say, it's a graphic design program for the masses. It's really easy to use and it's very intuitive. So what would we do? Well, we could come down here and we could go to the t-shirt template here, and we're just going to create a quick t-shirt in Canva. So if we click on the t-shirt icon, and you can see that there are templates that you can use. You want to be careful with templates if you're creating art to sell. These templates might not be eligible for you to use on an item that you want to sell. But you can certainly upload elements or upload text to put on your t-shirt. We can put a text bubble in here. And we'll just say something like, "Stay cool. It's summertime." So, and you can add any elements that you like. Be sure that you understand or have the licensing on the elements that you include in your t-shirt. So after we've got this done on Canva, you've created your design, then what you would do is you would download it. So when you click up here and you go to download, one thing to pay attention to is you want to really increase the pixel size. And the reason is because Redbubble prints on so many different kinds of items. Some of those items are really large. For instance, they do shower curtains, they do scarves. So again, those really big items, you want to be sure that your design will look good printed in a really large, printed on a really large item. So definitely pump up the pixel size before you download it. And also, it's a good idea to use a transparent background. And what that allows is that when a customer comes to Redbubble, and once their design printed on, say, a t-shirt, they can choose the color of the t-shirt this way. So that means that your design will be printed on the t-shirt, but it won't be printed with, for instance, a white background. It'll be printed with just the design on whatever color t-shirt they decide. So 2 recommendations: download as a large pixel size file and use a transparent background. So after you've downloaded this off Canva, then you can go into your Redbubble account. And this is not a design that I'm actually going to use. It's not my own design, but this is just for an example. So after you've gotten your account on Redbubble and you want to add new work, you would upload this from your computer. You would want to title it. You want to use tags, so be sure to tag. A lot of times they recommend 10 to 15 tags per item, so you want to be sure and tag your work really well, and then a description, and this is what the customer will read when they come to your shop and look at your items. And then another tip on Redbubble: so when you come to Redbubble and you upload work, their computer program will automatically place it on the items that you want to print on. Now, you can choose to enable or disable any particular item. By disabling, what that means is that you're saying you don't want Redbubble to print on that particular type of item. And the reason that this is useful is that some designs just don't print very well on every type of item. This design actually lends itself to just about everything, but you can see here, for instance, it's not centered very well. So if you want to recenter your design on a particular item, you can click on that item, and then you can move it down a little bit, and then come back up and take a look, and then we'll move it down a little bit more, and you can see that we're centering it on that item. After we've centered it appropriately, we can say Apply Changes. So you want to be sure whenever you upload artwork to Redbubble that you go through and you check to see if it's centered on the item, and check and make sure that that item is appropriate for that design. There are some things that it will automatically disable, and you can enable those if you want to, but those are usually suggested for a reason. So here again, here's one that's not centered very well. So I'm going to come in, I'm going to move the design down a little bit so that it's centered better. And we can see that it looks a little bit better when it's more centered. So as my other tip, do be sure and come in and recenter your items when you're producing artwork for Redbubble. And then after you've uploaded it, you've checked all your work and decided what you want it disabled or enabled for. And then you simply come down to the very bottom and you answer a couple of questions about whether or not it's mature content. And you also let them know that you have the rights to sell this artwork. So again, be sure when you're using artwork that it is in fact yours to sell. And then you would simply click Save Work if that was yours, if you're all set to go. And in about 15 minutes, your item would show up in your store. So Redbubble is that easy. It's very simple to set up. It's very simple to start selling on here. There are a lot of designs, so it is important to come up with something creative if you can, because there is a bit of competition on Redbubble. But it is a great place to sell your artwork. Once again, Canva is my favorite program for creating artwork to sell on Etsy or Redbubble or wherever you choose to sell. Thank you so much for listening in today, and I appreciate your time. I hope you have a great day. I hope this was helpful. Have a good day and be well. Thank you so much. Bye.